Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Judge, Supreme Court of India, the Right Honorable Patricia Scotland, QC, Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Mr. Naveen Jindal, the founding Chancellor and benefactor of O.P. Jindal Global University, Mrs. Savitri Jindal, Chairperson of the O.P. Jindal Group, Ms. Shalu Jindal, Chancellor, O.P. Jindal University, Venkatesh Jindal, Ms. Aruna Oswal, Chairperson, Abe Oswal Group, the distinguished members of the Jindal family, members of the governing body, Management Council, Academic Council, Registrar, Deans of the schools of JGU, heads of institutes, faculty members, staff members, Chair of the International Board of Advisors, J. Krishnan, and my dear graduating students, their parents, and ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2022, and indeed the graduates for the class of 2020 and 2021. At the outset, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests on the dais. In particular, I would like to extend my deep appreciation and gratitude to Honorable Dr. Justice Chandrachud and Ms. Patricia Scotland for taking time out from your extremely busy schedule to be with us on this very special occasion. Thank you very much to both of you. Congratulations to the graduating students and their parents. This is a moment for you to be proud and grateful. I say with great humility that as you leave the portals of JGU, always remember that you are capable of doing much more than what others would like you to believe. You have come a long way, and since you joined JGU, and your accomplishments are truly outstanding, and we are proud of you. For all the parents who are witnessing this moment, it has been a fantastic wait for you. All that you've done for your children, the many trials and tribulations that you face, including the many sacrifices that you've undergone, it is all made worth today, and it attaches meaning and purpose. Congratulations to each one of you, the parents of our students. I would like to extend a deep gratitude to the faculty members and staff of JGU. This is a moment of reflection. You have had a huge responsibility to teach and to mentor the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you for what you do every day to inspire them. Let me recall a very interesting letter written by one of the survivors of the Holocaust and the idea and purpose of education. At the end of World War II, this letter was found in a Nazi concentration camp. It was addressed to teachers. This was published later in the book Teacher and Child, a book for parents and teachers. And I quote, "Dear teachers, I am a survivor of a concentration camp. My eyes saw what no man should witness. Gas chambers built by learned engineers, children poisoned by educated physicians, infants killed by trained nurses, women and babies shot and burned by high school and college graduates. So I am suspicious of education. My request is, help your students become human. Your efforts must never produce learned monsters and skilled psychopaths. Reading, writing, arithmetic are important only if they serve to make our children more human," unquote. I am confident that the faculty members of O.P. Jindal Global University are engaged passionately in the effort to ensure humanity in our education. Let me move on to thank a very special person. I would like to extend my heartiest gratitude and indeed congratulations to our founding Chancellor and benefactor, Mr. Naveen Jindal. I met him for the first time on 31st October 2006, and my life has since then remarkably changed. What a compassionate human being you are. Chancellor Jindal's commitment to philanthropy and education and his deeper commitment to academic freedom, institutional autonomy, as well as independence has made JGU a role model for private, not-for-profit philanthropic initiative in higher education, not just in India, but beyond. This is indeed a very special moment for us to extend our deep gratitude to Mr. Naveen Jindal and his wonderful life partner, Mrs. Shalu Jindal, for their personal commitment and dedication for changing the landscape of Indian higher education. Thank you, Mr. Jindal and Mrs. Jindal. This convocation at this moment is important for a number of reasons. All of us are barely recovering out of a rather tragic pandemic that we have all faced together for the last 2 years. But let me share some of our personal reflections on the evolution of our university during the pandemic. Let me take you back to March 2020, when all of us woke up to some sort of a rude awakening that our life is going to change. Little did we know that our lives will indeed change so fundamentally. So what was JGU in March 2020? We had approximately 5,000 students, and today we have over 10,000 students. We had approximately 550 full-time faculty members from 32 countries. Today we have over 1,000 faculty members from 46 countries. We had approximately 421 staff, and today we have 600 plus administrative staff. We had 8 schools on March 2020, and now we have 12 schools. Our international collaborations, we had 220 university partners in 40 countries, and now we have 360 university partners in 67 countries. In terms of physical infrastructure, we had 19 lakh square feet of built-up space just at the onset of pandemic, and now we have 29 lakh square feet of built-up space in 2 years. Now, what did we do during the pandemic and how we did it to reach where we are today? 5 things that shaped our vision and continue to shape the pandemic governance. First, online classes. In March 2020, within the first few days of the pandemic, our fully residential university transitioned into a fully online university. Classes, assignment, coursework, assessment, internships, all of them went online. I had personally given over 1,000 webinars, and all my colleagues had their own share of engaging with India and the world in virtual platform in a relentless manner. It was inspiring to see how our faculty members and staff came together along with our students to embark an unprecedented educational and technological transition led by the deans of the schools, the directors of the institutes, and supported by the IT department. The second thing that we did was virtual outreach. March to July 2020, we did outreach for admissions fully online across the country and conducted the entrance examination through an artificial intelligence-enabled remote proctored entrance examination. Our efforts proved to be phenomenally successful. We doubled our student enrollment during the pandemic while ensuring quality, offering more learning opportunities and promoting excellence. Third, protecting jobs. In March 2020 itself, we took a major decision that we will not let go of any of our faculty members or our staff, especially the most vulnerable. The pandemic shocked our conscience, but we refused to be shocked and shaken our values. All through the pandemic, every employee of JGU, including the outsourced employees, were protected in terms of their salary, health security, and other benefits. Our health center worked round the clock in making sure that every member of the JGU community on campus and outside campus are safe and are duly taken care of. The HR and finance departments of JGU fully supported this endeavor. Fourth, expansion. We took a bold decision that this is the time we should make even greater commitments to the world of higher education. This included establishing new schools, hiring new faculty, developing new programs, and building new collaborations, and pretty much expanding and building new infrastructure. In an incredible and unprecedented manner, we recruited over 400 new faculty members and over 180 new administrative staff during the pandemic. Never before this has happened in any part of the world, in any institution. Thanks to the efficiency of our HR department, we were able to hire people from across the country and around the world in a very short span of time, working at times 24/7 across multiple time zones. The fifth, the Chancellor's vision. The most inspiring thing that happened during the pandemic was that when business leaders and corporate houses around the world were becoming reluctant, hesitant to contribute an investment in business, including investing in philanthropy, here we saw an extraordinary man who was ready to think about the future. He was ready to make a commitment for the future. Mr. Naveen Jindal made an extraordinary philanthropic contribution of another rupees 1,000 crores for expanding the university's infrastructure and supporting the cause of institution building. This, I believe, demonstrates character and transformative leadership. I would like to thank him and Ms. Shalu Jindal for their generosity and indeed commitment to the vision of transforming higher education in India. Let me quickly move to the 5 lessons that we learned from the pandemic that is, I believe, useful to all the students who are graduating today. First, innovation. Never be afraid of challenges, including new challenges that will push the boundaries of innovation. Example for us, before the pandemic, all of us, including me, we were skeptical of online education. We were deeply doubtful that whether this is going to be working at all. We saw this change as an opportunity and began to reimagine and reinvent itself. I'm happy to report that this innovation has resulted in democratization of higher education with access to learning for people around the world and across India. I am happy to report to you that since then, in our online and blended programs, we have 2,000 students from 26 countries in the world who are part of this experience, and that was our commitment to innovation. The second is the transformation that happened. Always be ready and willing to embrace those challenges, but be fully prepared to find solutions outside the box. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look change. So, be open to new ideas and to completely change approaches to what you were doing before. It's always about institutional and personal transformation. This aspect is beautifully captured in Marshall Goldsmith's book entitled, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, How Successful People Become Even More Successful. The third aspect is something that we need to be extremely sensitive about, the team. Always keep your team intact. Please note that it is a collective efforts of your colleagues that constitute the team, and that needs to be nurtured by building trust, collegiality, and camaraderie. In the past 2 years, we experienced that if everyone moves forward towards a common vision, the success will take care of itself. When this is done at all times, and when you stand with them during hard times, they will stand with you during other times and won't leave you even when they have other options. This idea could be understood through the concept of Ubuntu, which means, and I quote, I am what I am because of who we all are. It's a traditional African philosophy that provides us an understanding of ourselves in relation with the world. 4, communication. Effective communication is critical. The basic building block of good communication is the feeling that the other is unique and indeed of value. Even if you have to convey bad news, it's important for you to ensure that you conduct yourself in a transparent manner. Between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, much is lost. If you are transparent and convey the information with integrity, people appreciate your honesty and rectitude. 5, resilience. Last but not the least, develop a never say no attitude. Position yourself in such a manner that you are able to fulfill the greatest of dreams and aspirations, even in the most adverse and difficult circumstances, which all of you students here have proven during the pandemic. Remember the famous words of philosopher, poet Allama Iqbal, and he said, "Khudi ko khar bulad itna ki har takdeer se pehle khuda bande se khud puche bata teri raza kya hai." And for those of you who want to translate it, elevate yourself to such heights that even before writing your destiny, the Almighty asks you, what is your wish? Thank you for your patient hearing, and congratulations to the class of 2022 and the graduates of 2020 and 2021.